morning. It's now Monday morning. I'm at my delivery. Got a fuzz in my mouth. Yeah, I just woke up not that long ago. I'm here at it's like a metal recycling place. Obviously, they're not recycling the metal that I'm bringing them because it's brand new plate steel, but they're lifting a full-size van off of a trailer right in front of me. So I can go around to where I'm gonna get unloaded at. So I just had to come back here and loop around the garbage pile to get turned around. But I don't actually need to be at the garbage pile. But there was like a line of scrap metal guys waiting at the gate to come unload their crap, so I try to weave my way through all of them, because I had to go all the way through to the back of the joint to get turned around to head back to the front of the joint to get where they want to unload me. There's a bunch of old retired men with their trucks full of steel trying to go every which way. I got kind of a sore throat this morning. Not sure what that's all about. But whatever. So I'm not sure. He told me to get turned around and come back over here facing this way, but he didn't say exactly where, so I see him back there in the mirror. You might be able to see him back there too, actually. So hopefully he'll... Yeah, there he goes. He's gonna start telling me what to do. Alright, well, that's a boring little morning clip, but that's what it is, so. Alright, well, this happens sometimes where I got my pickup, an address and a phone number and all that. I plug the address into my GPS, it says it's not a valid address. Alright. So I look on my phone, Google Maps that address, doesn't show anything there. It's just a little highway, nothing on both sides. So that's interesting. So I have a phone number, so I try to call. Line's busy. Wait 5 minutes, call again, line's busy. Can't get a hold of anybody. Line's still busy, as of last time I just tried. So then I just search that address, not on maps, and it comes up with the name of a different company than what my pickup's supposed to be for, but basically it suggests that there's a company at that address. So I don't have a whole lot of options at this point other than to just go there and see what I find. It's more like the older days of trucking, I guess, before all the technology. But you get so used to all the technology that when you can't find what you're looking for with your technology, it makes things, I don't know, slightly more difficult. Anyhow, I got unloaded and then I pulled back into this field where I slept last night. It's not really a field, it's a big gravel lot or whatever. There's like a truck driving school right here somewhere. Actually, it's a Swift truck driving school. It's right there. And they're teaching people right now, like how to back around a corner, all kinds of like trucker stuff. Anyhow. So, my GPS won't find that address, like I said. So what I've basically done is used my phone to, like I said, I searched just that address and found a different business listed at that address. And I've got my phone navigating me to this other business, whatever, I don't remember what it is. So, which that's not too alarming or confusing. It could very well be the location is actually the business my phone says, and there's a contractor is who I'm actually picking up for. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm picking up or anything. But I don't know. We'll see what happens when I get there. I usually like to know what I'm getting into, but sounds like that's not an option, or I shouldn't say sounds like, it looks like that's not an option in this case. I'm going to be kind of winging it. See what I find when I get there. So, as expected, I come to the address, and it's basically like it's a little 2-lane highway that I came out that comes to an even smaller road, is basically the driveway to the address. And at the end of that little road is a big sign that says trucks do not enter. It's a little 2-lane road, so there's not even anywhere to pull over. There's a guard shack down there, but nowhere to pull over or anything right there. So I had to keep going up to the end of the road, which is where I'm at now, where there's a big gravel turnaround. Tried calling the phone number some more, busy. So the address appears to be no good, at least not for trucks. Phone number is no good if it's always busy. And that's all the info I have. So I got a hold of dispatch, asked them if there's any other contact info or anything, because the address isn't working and the phone number isn't working, and so I'm just waiting on them to get back to me now to find out if there's another number to call, if they have a different address, see where to go from here, because I'm out of options until they do. So this used to happen like back in the day. It wasn't super uncommon because I didn't have GPS or anything, so really it was different. It happened, but it was different. It happened like this because basically with every pickup I'd just get a name and number and I'd call the contact person and get directions. You'd end up in spots like this because the person gave you directions to go the way they go to work every day, not thinking that trucks can't enter that way, or you know, whatever the case may be. People giving you directions never think about a semi. So I'd end up on the end of some little dead-end road like this, or whatever, because people gave bad directions. So let's see what info I got. Okay, I got a different phone number, so I'm gonna give that one a call and see where that leads me. Also not uncommon. Finally get a hold of somebody, and it's like a receptionist or something, and she has no idea. So I'm just gonna go. There was a couple other gates. The one that had the big sign that said trucks do not enter, which is where the address took me, was gate 3, I believe. I'm just going to go back to gate 2, which was the one before that. Just go to the guard shack and ask them, see if they know anything. I'll figure it out. That's the only option I have. So, so I just gotta turn around here on this little gravel dead end. That's not really, I'm sure, made for semis, although I'm 99.9% certain I'm not the first semi to turn around here. But yeah, I'll just figure it out myself. I was hoping that the other contact number I got was going to be somebody with whoever I'm picking up from, but it was just a receptionist for, I don't even know who. She didn't know anything other than, oh, what did she say? I don't even remember. She said, keep going up the hill here. I told her where I was. I was like, well, I went by this, and came to this point, and then I stopped. And she's like, oh, just keep going up the hill. Well, there is a hill in front of me, but it's like somebody's house. It's somebody's driveway. I'm not going to keep going up the hill. So, anyhow, we'll get her figured out. Alright, he just finished loading me. He said he has no idea what this weighs, but he thinks it's really heavy. So, they're having me pull around and scale it, which I would have done anyways, unless they told me it was only 35,000 pounds or something. Then there'd be probably no need to scale it, but especially since they're concerned with it being heavy, I'm gonna scale it, and then I gotta tarp it. Assuming it's good, the weight's good, then I've got to tarp it and get my paperwork and then be on my way. So I just got to make a big loop. Basically where he loaded me was just past the scale, so I got to loop all the way back around, almost to where I just got loaded, but then hit the scale this time. So that's what I'm doing. Like I said, hopefully she's all good. All I've got to do is tie her down, tarp her, and grab my paperwork and be on my way. I don't really want to have this load reconfigured or anything. I mean, that's just more time. I think I'm accepting that I'm probably spending the night in the truck again tonight, in the Dalles, mostly to save the money. I mean, you know, really, as far as, you know, being a sole prop, all the money's mine, I suppose, but I give myself a paycheck, right? My paycheck wouldn't be affected whether I went home or not. My paycheck that I give to myself to the personal account wouldn't be affected at all. It's just the settlement to the business. Basically, I'd spend more money on fuel, which would cost the business. Now, yes, it's all me, but I don't know. Just for a little clarity there, I suppose. So, here's the scale. Gosh, this thing's narrow. So, steers, 10.5, no issue. Didn't figure there would be, because my steers are always light. This is the part I'm concerned with. Oh wow, 30,800. We're good. grab one axle. 16, so that's good. Oh, she good. She way good. No problem. That ain't heavy at all. I don't know what those people are tripping on. I'm worried about these stair thingies. So I've got to tarp this. There's they have all this fall protection stuff here, which is just dandy. I've got to put on a harness and all that just to roll my tarps out. So I've got to pull underneath this. You go up these stairs and this catwalk goes down and you can walk out it and get on top of your load. Worried about my truck hitting it because the thing's already down. It's supposed to spring up, and then when you go to walk out on it, you push down and it springs down, and then you get on your truck and then it goes back up, or something like that. I've used them in the past, but one of them just stayed down, so I was worried about it hitting the top of my truck. Anyways, I'm gonna jump out, throw some straps in my tarps, and be on my way. So yeah. Well, it sounds like not everybody here had all the same info, or not everybody was on the same page. So the guy that loaded me said go around, scale it. If everything's good, tie it down and tarp it and get your paperwork, be on your way. So I weighed her. Everything was good. Pulled up to the tarp area, as you saw. Then, like, his boss came out. Asked about weights and whatnot, and I told him, oh yeah, I had plenty of room. She's looking good. And he was like, oh, well, we gotta get some more on there then. We need you to be, like, full. Like, oh, okay. So they put some more on me, and I'm going back around to weigh again. So they added like another, I don't know, 8,000 pounds or something, so ought to be close this time. I'm going to write down my weights. This time I didn't realize all that was going down, so I just made sure I was under on, you know, all my axles, and everything was good, so carry on. But odds are, if there's still any room left, they're gonna try to squeeze even more on me, so I gotta make sure I know exactly where I'm at. I don't want no more. I think any driver, you want your load to be as light as possible, right? Every shipper wants it to be as heavy as possible. Every driver wants it to be as light as possible. You know, obviously, for obvious reasons. Shipper wants it to be as heavy as possible because they're moving the most freight for the same amount of money. Driver wants it to be as light as possible because I get better fuel mileage, can carry more speed on the hills, can, you know, everything's just easier. So, yeah. Anyhow, here we go again. It's about perfect.
Yeah?
80,420. I'll burn that in fuel before I get to the scales. Okay. I'm licensed for 86, but I tell everybody I'm licensed for 80. And it says GVW 80,000 on the side of my truck, so 80,400. I got plenty of room. Good? Yeah, I got plenty of room. Even room to get more fuel. That's the game we play. So yeah, really done this time. Well, I still got to tie it down and tarp it, so that'll be a good hour. So it's about noon right now. I'll get out of here about 1. I won't even get, it'll be 6:30 before I even get to where I'm delivering. If I was to go home, it'd be, I wouldn't get home till about 9 o'clock. Then I'd probably have to leave at 4. Talking about getting home, not to the yard. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alright, well, I'm finally tied down and tarped, heading out. There's no way I'm going home tonight. It sounds like I texted dispatch and said I called the customer, let me back up. Talked to them about their hours tomorrow and whatnot, and they said they'll have a crew there at 5 a.m. So basically, if I stay the night there, they can get on me first thing, 5 a.m. So fantastic. Except more than likely, if that's the case, I'll be empty and dispatch won't even be at work yet. So I texted dispatch and said, hey, I've arranged 5 a.m. delivery, so I'll be empty before you guys are even there. And so they've said basically I can hang out and wait till they're there, or I can just head back to the yard. Ooh, there's a deer. Look at that tarp job. I know you can see parts of it. Beautiful. That's what that is. Beautiful. Just don't look at the other side. Hold up. Just figured I really ought to close out this video. I was thinking though, as I was driving, it's been a good couple of hours anyways since the camera died. I was recording out the windshield and the camera died. As I was driving earlier, I was thinking, you know I've mentioned before, I record a lot out the windshield almost every day, and then I always edit all that out because I have 40 minutes of me talking. That I guess I prioritize and put that in. And all these videos I've been calling trucking number 1, trucking number 2, blah blah blah. I think I've got like 15 posted right now. So I was thinking about making another set just called like scenery or something. Scenery number 1, scenery, where when I take all of that footage that I don't use in my videos, I can just make scenery videos where there's no talking. It's just views out the windshield with music. And I don't know, have those just be a separate set of videos. Because I imagine people will be interested in both. Some people will like random mumblings of a truck driver, and some people might be like, shut the hell up and point the camera out the window. So then you can choose, because there's both. And like I said, I film both pretty much every day, so it's funny how going back to truck driving has got me like being more health conscious in my eating. I used to just eat junk. Like I had an office job and I ate junk. Go back to truck driving and I'm all fruit and nuts and at least I bring like apples, or when I think about stuff to bring, I don't want to bring typical junk snacks. Usually. Like, one of the things I like the most is you can get a bag of like the mixed peppers or whatever from, I think we get them at Costco. It's got like green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, all those peppers. Dang, it's hot. And then occasionally we get those, and then my wife will slice them up and then, you know, make a bunch of sandwich bags of mixed peppers and sliced cucumbers and stuff like that. I really enjoy those. I don't have them there often enough. Maybe that's something that should work on having more. But I don't know, I just think it's funny that go back to driving truck and then I start thinking about healthy food, which I would think it's typically, people assume the opposite, you know, fat, lazy truck drivers, right? You start driving truck and you sit on your butt all day and get fat. Well, my last job was a desk job. I got my new phone, Note 3, like a month ago or something, and it comes with like an app on it to count your footsteps or whatever, so you can see how far you walk in a day and whatnot. I guarantee you, my office job, my desk job, like through the entire course of the day, I, you know, get up and get ready, which is not a whole lot of walking. Walk to my truck in the driveway, drive to work, walk from the parking lot to my desk, which is, or my office, I mean, which is 150 feet. Then I might make 2 trips to the bathroom and back, which is all of 30 feet away from my office. Then I'd walk to my car for lunch, go through a drive-thru somewhere and eat some junky fast food, drive back, walk back to my office, and then go to the bathroom once in the afternoon, and then walk to my car and go home. I mean, I would probably walk a half of a mile in a day. And now driving truck, since it's flatbedding, I walk a ton. I mean, I walk 4 or 5 miles a day, just walking like around the truck, tying stuff down and tarping, and I mean, I walk all over the place. I'm far more active now driving truck than I was. And I've lost 10 pounds in the last month. I haven't been doing anything other than, well, I've been, like I said, trying to pay a little bit of attention to not just eating junk, since I spend a lot of time sitting in the seat. And I'm actually a lot more active as I think about it, you know, because of all the walking around the trailer and tarping and all that. So, start driving truck, eat healthier, get more exercise. Usually 1 plus 1 does not equal those 3. But, anyhow. So yeah, that's my night. I'm sure I'm not going to record anymore tonight. Really, I figured I'd close this out. I'm sure I'm going to have a ton of footage today, so a lot of stuff's going to get edited out. I have no idea what. I won't be editing this for a couple days, probably, but whenever I do, I'll probably start that putting my out the window footage in separate videos, because I get quite a bit of it and you guys might want to see it. So that's all. I'm getting off here now.